Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're here with the Clio Clio Cup. I was distracted by my own voice, sorry. We're here for round 4 of the Clio Cup at the streets at Willow Springs, I think that says. So we'll go with what the sign says, the streets at Willow Springs. Yes, round 4 of the little Clio Cups. The Virtual Racers Club would like to introduce you to our Saturday evening league, the VRC Clio Cup. This championship will run over 8 rounds using the Renault Clio V6. Each round will consist of a 10-minute qualifying followed by 2 30-mile distance races. The second of which will be a reverse grid of race 1's results. They use the racing soft tyres and they use tuning so they can adjust the gearbox accordingly. We're here for round 4 at the streets of Willow Springs. The time of day for race 1 and qualifying will be at 08:20 hours in the morning with 19 laps for that race, and race 2 is set at 1700 hours in the afternoon, and that's also 19 laps. I'll tell you the table, then we'll get on with the race. I think I was on the right page for the table as well. What a battle we're having so far this season. It's a cracking little championship, these Clios. Good fun to drive and very close. So at the top of the table is Bunting on 93 points. Shiren is in second place with 82 points, but Guesty in third is also on 82 points. Thingamajig in 4th is on 61 points, just ahead of Homesick Alien, who's in 5th on 58 points. Mac Attack is in 6th on 54 points, with Cthulhu 7th on 52 points. Rido is 8th on 50 points, with Rivixter 9th on 40 points. Flashman is 10th on 39 points, and JTX 11th on 30 points, with Jokers 12th on 23 points. But I think Jokers only took part in the first round. So, but yeah, there's a couple of guys who've missed rounds already. So when they drop the lowest score of the season, those guys will be back in play, such as Homesick, Mac Attack, Cthulhu, Rivixter, Flashman. So yes, that'll be very interesting at the end of the season. But so far, Bunting is the man on top with 93 points, and Shiren second, 82, Guesty in third on 82 also. So close, so tight. I'll show you what the grid is after 10 minutes of qualifying. Let us have a little look-see, shall we? I'll spin the camera around. And on pole, let me go back a bit. Oh, you can see the shadow of it. Ooh. On pole was Bunting, coming out top after 10 minutes of qualifying, followed by Guesty in second place. In third, we have a Thingamajig. Wow. No comment. In 4th, Cthulhu. 5th on the grid, we have Rivixter. Then 6th is Shiren in Team 13. That's low for the second place in the championship person. 7th is Rido in the fast lane Clio. And 8th, Flashman in the Michelin-clad Clio. So that is how they line up for round 4 here at the streets of Willow Springs. Mac Attack claimed to be on holiday, and Homesick couldn't get back from where he was at, but we know there was a certain fear of the streets of Willow Springs. Without further ado then, I will get it underway. Bunting sitting on pole position ahead of Guesty. Thingamajig in third place. How will they line up after the first turn? And there they go. Thingamajig looks slow off the line. Guesty looking just as fast as Bunting. Them two. Oh, but Guesty's got that inside line coming into the first corner, and Guesty edging it just ahead of iBunting. iBunting down into second spot. Is he? He's clinging on around the outside. Cthulhu has come up into third place with Shiren jumping up into fourth. Thingamajig dropping like a brick from that third place down to fifth, ahead of Rivixter in sixth, Rido in seventh, and Flashman in eighth place. But Guesty is ahead. Oh my. They were side by side, hang on. But Guesty's just edged it a little bit ahead of iBunting there, and Cthulhu just got overtaken by the Russian sensation Shiren up into third, and now Cthulhu trying to defend from Thingamajig, whilst Guesty leads the way from iBunting, and Shiren's sideways through that corner, and Cthulhu catching him up in no time, and he's back up into third place for Cthulhu. Can Thingamajig do the same? He's up alongside, but no, he can't quite get ahead of the Russian there. Rivixter in sixth with Rido in seventh. And Flashman is in eighth place behind those guys, and Guesty just ahead of iBunting, but we know iBunting was on pole. He's got the speed. As they fly around, Cthulhu is back ahead of Shiren. Oh, we saw that, yes, Shiren made a mistake, and Thingamajig couldn't quite get up alongside. And there, Rivixter just ahead of Rido, but the battle at the front here, Guesty just leading. This is going to help in his championship. Oh, Flashman's in the chat saying evening Flashman. And Guesty flying around that second corner, I guess, ahead of iBunting. You can see these cars very skittish in the corners here. It was very tricky, uphill, downhill, it was all over the place. Thingamajig looking like he's catching up Shiren, and we'll see a bit of what the track looks like from Thingamajig's point of view. As he chases down that Team 13 car, it's all over the place. Shiren at the moment, as they're coming up around a lovely banked corner this was. Third gear, trying to find a place to get past Shiren at the moment. Shiren just not on pace, his usual pace that is, and very fast around here. A little dab of the brakes, and Shiren not braking at all. You can see through that corner, no fear from the Russian. Thingamajig just clinging on. Meanwhile, Guesty just ahead of iBunting. It was iBunting I should have sat in. That would have been the car where you could see the speed. And there you can see Cthulhu having a small off as he comes out the corner, but he seems to be okay. Shiren catching him up down the straight, and Thingamajig in fifth. Rido's got himself ahead of Rivixter. Rivixter now having to fend off from Flashman. Flashman catching up Rivixter for 8th and 7th, whilst Rido disappears into the distance from them guys. Guesty is still defending that lead. He did 15.4 on lap 2 and a 15.2 from iBunting, so iBunting very much on pace at the moment. Cthulhu in third, ahead of Shiren in fourth. Thingamajig sitting in fifth. We're on lap 3 of 19 here at the streets of Willow Springs for round 4 of the VRC Clio Cup. And there you can see sat on board with iBunting chasing down Guesty. And this is the bit, I mean, this is really fast. He won't brake like Thingamajig did. Coming through here, not even a lift, look, and I couldn't get that. My car was around if I tried to go through that fast. But iBunting and Guesty really carrying the speed through that corner. And around here, oh, it looks like iBunting is looking for a move up the inside of Guesty. It couldn't be any closer for the lead of this race as they come round, complete lap 3 and move on to lap 4. Cthulhu sitting happily in third. He's got Shiren quite close though. Thingamajig's dropped back from that battle now, and Rido, he's a little bit further back from Thingamajig. So Thingamajig in a little bit of no man's land. He's only doing 17, a 17.0 his first lap, a 17.5 his second lap. Shiren doing a 16.6 and a 16.4. You can see why Thingamajig's fallen back. And we saw Cthulhu having a small off in that final corner, doing a 17.1 his last time around. Meanwhile, the battle between Guesty and iBunting, absolutely nothing in it whatsoever. Looking backwards from Guesty's car, you can see iBunting all over him, looking for a place, and he looks like he's just about to find one as he just disappears out of our view. Is he in front? Is he behind? He's nowhere. Where is he? There he is. He's just grabbed it. Wow, what a move from... I've got to go back and look at that exterior, sorry, because that was pretty a pretty nifty move in a very, very, very fast corner. Here they go, there he is. He's through and he's ahead. And that is a cracking move from Bunting. Guesty down into second place then. And back, Cutula has now got Shiren all over the back of him. These two slowing each other up might help Thingamajig out there in his 17s as they're doing their 16s, but Cutula clinging on to that podium position so far on lap 5 of 19, with Shiren all up in his busyness, trying to get past as they brake heavily here for the second gear corner. Hairpin up and down. Very tricky corners here of the streets of Willow Springs. And Shiren now, he's really on a push to try and get past Cutula, the Spaniard. Struggling at the moment. A 16.5 his last time around. Shiren pulling out a 16.3. Thingamajig, 17.1. He's getting closer. Oh, not like that, he's not, but he's clung onto it, has he? Well done, lads. Hey. Not bad. And Rido in 6th place, 17.5 from Rido last time around. He's starting to find the pace in that Clio. Flashman's ahead of Rivixter. Oh my word, Rivixter having an absolute awful race, a 31.7 that last time around. But look at his pace, he's 16.5, he really is fast in that Clio. But Flashman now up in a position, 17.1. He's a little bit faster than Rido ahead of him, so Flashman could catch Rido up. Back in the lead is Bunting ahead of Guesty. These two are running away with it, with Cutula back in third, with Shiren for company. It's lap 6 of 19 now as we make our way through the streets of Willow Springs, and what a close race we've got here for first and second and third and fourth. Shiren trying to have a look at Cutula. Oh, Cutula looks like wide. Is that the one? Cutula trying to cling on to that third place, but Shiren now, they're kicking up dirt all over the place. And Shiren looking to try and get up the inside. Cutula on the bank. Now they're onto the as straight as it can be here at the streets of Willow Springs. Side by side, Shiren's just got it on Cutula. He's up into third place. Cutula trying to keep up with the Russian. And here they come down into the complex of corners. And Shiren easily getting that third place from Cutula. Cutula down into fourth now as they come round the big corner. Big final corner, and Thingamajig in fifth, chasing them down, hoping they race well. 17.3 still, with Shiren doing a 16.9 or a 17.8 from Cutula that last time around, looking better for Thingamajig. Bunting a 15.7 in command of this race out in front. Lap 7 of 19. Guesty chasing him down though. Guesty's got the pace. A 15.5 last time around for Guesty. So he's coming back. Shiren, the 3 top championship leaders are the top 3 in this race. Shiren in third ahead of Cutula. Cutula looking a little shaky that last lap. And Shiren looking like he kicked up a little bit of dirt there, giving Cutula an opportunity to pull back closer to him. Oh, Bunting in the chat saying, "You evening all." And Thingamajig there in fifth. He looks like he might be catching them two up ahead as they battle it out. Flashman in sixth. Did he catch Rido? I'm missing all the action at the back. Sorry, Flashman. 2 overtakes I've missed of yours. Busy watching those front lock fighting. So Flashman up into 6th place now. Rido did a 125 on lap 6, so I don't think it was as much an overtake, more than just a pass as one drives back onto the track. 16.6 last time round for Rivixter. He really is fast in that car. A 31. The lap 2 and lap 4 really messed his race up for him as he tries to make his way around to start lap 8 in 8th place. And there he goes faster again, a 16.3. Unbelievable pace there. Bunting still in the lead. It looks like he's extended that lead a little bit, Pulled away from Guesty. Guesty at 15.9 last time around. 15.7 from Bunting. Shiren is under absolute pressure from Kutula. Kutula really laying it on thick for the Russian to deal with. Sat on board with Kutulu. And Kutula wobbling into that corner there. Helping Thingamajig out behind him somewhat. Oh, rubbish. I wasn't meant to do that. You might have guessed. I was meant to do that. Yes, Thingamajig does look like he's got a little bit closer. Kutula having a bit of a shaky lap, a 17.7 that time around. And Thingamajig managing, 2 16s in the last 2 laps. Wow, 16.3 and a 16.7 from Thingamajig. Flashman managing an 18.0 last time around, but Rido, he's lost the back of Flashman, but Rivixter with that amazing pace at 16.3 last time around from him, he's catching up. Rido, hand over fist, we'll try and keep an eye on that and come back. Bunting still leading, but Guesty waiting in the wings, waiting for a mistake from Bunting. But Bunting seems to be in full control at the moment. Guesty in second. Kutula up into third, ahead of Shiren. Oh, should we go back? Kutula had a really bad lap, wasn't it? It was Kutula we were sat with. Okay. Let's have a look then. Oh my word. There we go. Hold on. So it was Shiren. Oh, Shiren had a small off there. Shiren going wide in the second corner, and Kutula coming up the inside. Still a good move, even though Shiren was recovering. Kutula making a great move up into third place now. Shiren has Thingamajig a lot closer than he was before. He's found a bit of pace in the second half of this race, and he's starting to attack the Russian. And there goes Thingamajig. Check him out. Kutula, Shiren and Thingamajig there all in a battle for third, fourth and fifth place. Flashman in sixth. Rido, it was Rido we was worried about from Rivixter. He's not too far away, but he only did 17.2 that last time around. Shiren's back up. Shiren's back up into third. Kutula must have made a small mistake, and there they go. Oh my word. Oh, there's a little argy-bargy into the final corner. Kutula and Shiren is in third, and it looks like Thingamajig's going up ahead as well. He's followed Shiren through whilst Kutula gathers himself up, and now Kutula down in fifth place, but he's coming back at the 2 ahead of him, and Thingamajig moving up into fourth, and Shiren in third place. But here they come. Kutula coming back at Thingamajig, and he makes the move, and he's done a cracking job. Kutula up into fourth place. Thingamajig back down into fifth, with Shiren kicking up dirt there in third place. This is a hotly contested battle for that final podium position. Shiren holding that third, but he's got Kutula just up. Here's Jackson Kutula having a look up the inside. It's side by side. Can Kutula do it as they come on to the straightish? And Thingamajig sitting. Oh no, Thingamajig sitting now behind all 3 of them. Oh no, Kutula off the road a little bit. Thingamajig around the outside, it looks like. Can he break? Oh, he tries to turn in on Kutula. Not realising Kutula's probably halfway up, and Kutula's backed off it, and Thingamajig is back up into fourth place. Shiren getting away in third, Thingamajig in fourth, just getting ahead of Kutula at 18.8 last time around for Kutula. He's having to battle 19.8, and Thingamajig doing a 19.3, Shiren doing a 17.9. He's running away with it, whilst Thingamajig and Kutula getting their elbows out, slowing each other down. And we both know they can do those 116 laps. Meanwhile, it looks like Flashman catching these guys up. A 17.6 last time from him, and a couple of 16s. Flashman really on the pace here near the end of the race. And Rivix has got himself ahead of Rido. Rido a 19.4 last time around, with Rivixter in the 17.6. And there's fighting up and down the field. We'll check the leaders out, and it looks like Guesty's getting closer to Bunting. Oh my word, where to watch? Where to watch indeed. They're battling up and down the field. Bunting leads from Guesty. It's very close out in the front there. Unbelievable close as Guesty tries to get a toe up the start straight. Maybe try and make a move into the first corner. Not quite, it's too fast. It doesn't brake until quite near the top of the hill now. Heavy onto the brakes. Through the second gear corner, chasing each other very closely here. It's cracking racing. We're seeing from the two leaders, 16-1 last time round for Guesty. And Bunting lost the pole early doors in this race to Guesty. Well, not lost pole, but he was on pole, lost the lead to Guesty. Then came back, got ahead, and he's been ahead ever since. It looked like he was pulling away, but Guesty now sitting right on his bumper. Shiren pulled away from a Thingamajig. 17-0 last time around from him. Shiren doing a 16-7. Catula doing a 17-1. Catula probably wishing that Thingamajig was not in his way right now. Whilst Shiren sitting in third. Small consolidation for the championship. He wants to be up there. But I believe he didn't manage to get much practice here at the streets of Willow Springs, so he was getting used to it as he went along. Getting used to it, he's in third place. But Catula getting ever closer to Thingamajig, and now further back Flashman in 6th with Rivixter in 7th. It looks like Rivixter and Rido very close together on the track. I'll have a look when I can pull away. At the moment Catula is on the attack to Thingamajig, 4th and 5th on track and battling it out. So up in the lead, Bunting still just ahead of Guesty. Did a 15.8, Guesty doing a 15.8 also, matching each other's lap times. It's intense stuff. Just out the front, you could watch this whole stream. Shiren in third. He's pulled away from that battle for 4th and 5th. Looks like the podium could be on for Shiren. 4th place for Thingamajig ahead of Cthulhu. Flashman in 6th, having a cracking race there, early 17s. With Rivixter in 7th, he's just done a 16.4. I think he's managed to pull it. Oh, Rido's having a spin. Rido's having a little spin out there in his Clio. With Bunting only just ahead of Guesty. This is all going to the final lap. It's 14 laps of 19 so far they have done. And it's been some intense racing right there at the front of the field. Shiren in third. He was fighting with Thingamajig, and it looks like Thingamajig managing to pull a little bit away from Catula. Catula doing a 16.5 his last time around, a 16.2. Thingamajig's fastest, and he's still getting blues. He saved it all till the end there. And Shiren, a 16.9. He looks like he's struggling something near the end of this race. Whilst Thingamajig is tearing it up out there in his GoPro Clio, up against a Team 13 Shiren. Oh, is that the move? He's looking. Thingamajig, he's looking early doors, got better braking into that corner, and he's really on the tail of Shiren now. Oh, wrong button, sorry. I know these buttons, I don't know why I'm pressing all the wrong ones. Flashman hit it, lucky as Rido hit the dirt. And there you go, Shiren on the dirt. He's sideways in his Clio, giving Thingamajig half a look at a podium position. Lap 14 of 19 here. Bunting is leading from Guesty with Shiren in third. And Thingamajig is all up in Shiren's business with Catula just behind him. So it's tight stuff here for the battle for the podium. A 16.1 for Thingamajig his last time around. Where did that pace suddenly come from? As he hunts down the Russian sensation. The Russian sensation, he needs the points though. He's got to stay in that third place with this championship battle. Bunting already leading the championship. Guesty and Shiren sharing that second spot. And Thingamajig's coming, he's attacking, he's having a look, and he's up, he's through, he's into third place. Oh my word, would you Adam and Eve it? Shiren. He's having a bit of a wobble on. He's got to worry about Catula. Catula's a little too far back. Shiren's going back on the attack against the GoPro Clio of Thingamajig. This cannot be happening. I do not believe it. Shiren having a really tough day out there, and there's a little knock there. Thingamajig managing to break it, and he gets round the corner. Beautiful stuff there. Shiren losing a bit of time. Wasn't expecting Thingamajig to break in that corner, and Catula catches up with Shiren, and Catula having a look at Shiren. Oh my word, there's contact. Shiren sideways, but Catula lifting off and letting Shiren go to fight another day. And what is this we can see here? Thingamajig driving in third place. Thingy on a big push. He is. Bunting's. Oh yeah, sorry, that was Rido. Bunting coming across Rido on the track, and so Guesty as well. These two are battling all the way. It's lap 16 of 19. And these two have not given up at all on that win. Bunting wants to win. Guesty wants to win. Thingamajig now up into third place. He's pulled away a little bit from Shiren, while Shiren having to defend from Catula. Flashman there, 17.7. He's still in clear air. He's doing a cracking job. Rivixter in 7th place. He's done a 17.1 his last time around, but Rido having that big spin. He's back there in 8th place. Bunting, oh, it's very close for the lead of this race, and they're just about to come across the line to start lap 17, and Bunting is just clinging on to this lead. He bet he wishes Guesty would just go away. In 3rd place still, Thingamajig. I have to keep coming back to check that he hasn't slung it off yet. And Shiren is sliding that car, that Clio. He is drifting today around the streets of Willow Springs for round 4 of the VRC Clio Cup. And what a corker we've had. And there is 5th place, Catula. He was up there in 3rd one. He was fighting off Shiren. This race has had its dips and its ups and its downs and its ups and rounds and all sorts of stuff. Whirly wigs and all sorts. Bunting leading on lap 17 of 19. Guesty within a second, less than that. Chasing him down, haunting him, trying to make him make a mistake. Staying with him all the way. Thingamajig, he's clinging on to that 3rd place, sliding through the corners. With Shiren, he needs more points than this. 4th place is not good enough in the championship run. It's going to go all the way down to the final round in this championship between Bunting, Guesty and Shiren. And Shiren needs the points that Thingamajig's holding. Catula also in a good position after dropped rounds with some good finishes. He even got a win last round out, and he's up for it. Flashman in 6th place, a 16.9 from Flashman. He's got the speed in that Clio. Rivixter 16.5. And Rido 18.3. He's really struggling with the Clio around here of the streets of Willow Springs. Bunting, he looks like he's pulled a smidgen of distance out on Guesty. Guesty doing a 15.8 last time around. Bunting doing a 15.5, so we're only talking tenths. And there is Thingamajig still ahead, but Shiren, he's under. Oh, it looks like Catula has really lifted off there. I think there was a little contact between Shiren and Catula going into the corner. It looks like Catula lifting off. So let Shiren get himself back and gathered up again. And Thingamajig, can't even say his name. He's not even had good pace since he's got up into 3rd place. He's gone into safe mode. Look, 17.0, 17.3, 17.0. There's no pushing going on in that car at the moment, while he's got the distance from Shiren and Catula. Now there's quite a distance between Shiren and Catula, as with the leaders are just coming around to start the final lap. Flashman in 6th, Rivixter in 7th, and Rido in 8th. And there goes Bunting. He's just started his final lap, and he looks like he's a fair distance ahead of Guesty. Guesty tried his hardest at 16.3 last time around for Guesty, with Bunting a 15.6. Guesty giving it his all there, and give Bunting a run all the way. 19 laps of pure pressure. Thingamajig maintaining that 3rd place. He got a 16.8. He must have heard me moaning at him about his pace. Got a 16.8 on his last lap, but Shiren is getting awfully close, it seems. In 4th place, the Catula An 18-1 his last time around, dropped off the back of Shiren with a 17-1, but Thingamajig is not over and done with yet. Bunting, he's coming down. Oh, it looks like he's really disappeared ahead of Guesty on this lap as he comes around the final corner to take the win of round 4, race 1 done. Well done, Bunting. Guesty in second place. Can you believe it? Thingamajig, he's holding on to that third for now, but he's still got a couple of corners to go yet. He's gone wide. No, he's done okay, and it looks like it's pretty secure at the moment. And that could be, and Rido's crossed the line in 8th, and that could be Thingamajig coming across for his first podium in the Clio Cup. Take a boo, my son. 4th place for Shiren, and Katula coming home in 5th. I imagine he's disappointed with that. He was up there battling away. Flashman grabbing a great 6th place there with some great pace in his Clio. Coming across in 6th. With Rivixter coming home in 7th. He had a better pace than what he finished really today. So a race 2 they move on to, and it's a reverse grid, rolling start, still soft tyres. And how can they do here? The streets of Willow Springs, we've seen some overtaking, so we know the boys at the back with their 115s can make it through. It's a reverse grid, so Rido should be on pole. And there he is. Rivixter in 2nd, Flashman 3rd, Katula 4th, Shiren 5th, Thingamajig in 6th, Guesty in 7th, and Bunting in 8th. Get rid of the big numbers. I think that's everything. Just got to wait for the cars to start driving around to the start finish line. And oh, it looks like the final corner being quite close. It looks like some of them might get stuck in that final corner, which is always awful on a rolling start, losing a lot of time. Flashman, well done Thingy, pulled that one out of the bag. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. It was cracking stuff. I was buzzing, I've got to say. So Rido then leads them away with Rivixter in 2nd, Flashman in 3rd place. And Flashman already having a look at Rivixter. Ooh, late braking into that. And Katula, no time at all. He's on the back of Flashman. Shiren also. The battle continues between those two. Thingamajig ahead of Guesty with Bunting in 8th place. But so far Rido pulling away as Rivixter and Flashman getting into it. Looks like Katula had a little wobble on the mud, and Thingamajig, what's that? Thingamajig trying to make a move? No, he does not make a move upside. And Guesty looking to make a move on Thingamajig, but no, what's this? 3 wide. Thingamajig, Katula and Shiren all tussling for 4th place, but Katula and Shiren ahead of those. And no, Thingamajig up the inside of, who's that? Oh, Katula, sorry, I had a brain fade. But Guesty getting past Thingamajig at that time as well. So Thingamajig gaining nothing, gets ahead of Katula, and oh no, Thingamajig's made a right mess of it. He's had an off. Oh my word, Thingamajig down to 8th after his height of being on the podium. Rido leading from Rivixter, Flashman in 3rd. What a top 3, cracking stuff. They've got a bit of gap now, but Bunting and Guesty battling it out again, and they're side by side coming down the start straight. And man, they've made up ground. They've got ahead of Shiren and Katula and Thingamajig. And now Guesty takes 4th from Bunting in 5th. They've got Shiren just behind them, and Katula right on their tail also. Cracking racing these 4 here, side by side with Guesty. Shiren trying to find a way in there. Massive racing there. Guesty in 4th, and there goes Bunting trying to go up the inside. I think Bunting's pulled off. I feel like he probably felt there was a hit there, and he's come back on the track, and he is last now behind Thingamajig. Thingamajig getting a position back, and Rido out there leading this race, lap 2 of 19, with a Rivixter in 2nd place. God, I hope this is alright, because it's showing the it's not showing the lap times, it's showing those lap times. Maybe them two, because they crossed the line somehow. I don't know. I don't understand the lap times going on there. Flashman in 3rd though. He's right on these guys. They're having a right battle here, but I bet these guys are as well. Guesty with Catula ahead of Shiren, Thingamajig. So Catula's managed to get himself ahead of Shiren, and Shiren has got Thingamajig just behind him. Thingamajig, it says he got the fastest lap that lap. I don't know, 16.2. But it seems like the lap times are being a little bit weird. Rido still ahead of Rivixter. Rido doing an 18.5 and Rivixter doing an 18.6. These two battling it out for the lead of this race. Flashman sitting in a good third, but Guesty starting to catch up. 16.6 for Guesty last time around. Flashman doing an 18.5. And there is Catula, a 16.8 from Catula. Shiren doing a 17.5. And Thingamajig not far behind them, with iBunting in 8th place. This is not good for his championship effort. And Rido still out there in the lead. Lap 3 of 19 in this race 2 of round 4 of the VRC Clio Cup at the streets of Willow Springs. And Rido leading the way. He's up on his own time, with Rivixter sitting there keeping him honest all the way. Cracking racing from these two. Flashman just behind these guys. He's fending off Guesty at the moment, but Guesty, he's there, he's right on the bumper of Flashman. Rido having to fend off from Rivixter, and wow, it's all close here. Flashman in 3rd, Guesty in 4th, Catula in 5th, Shiren dropping back from Catula in 6th, Thingamajig a little further back from them in 7th, and iBunting just going across the line, but he got the fastest lap of 15.6. Rido, he's got around the corner there. I thought he was out wide, but he's done a cracking job. Flashman still ahead of Guesty. Guesty, no answers for the Flashman. And Catula, he can't. It's a hard one to overtake. There's only a couple of places. You can really get a move going on here. As you can see, Flashman fending off, and there goes Guesty. Guesty's made a move up the inside, and Guesty, he makes it stick, and he's ahead in 3rd place now, and Flashman tucking in behind, but Flashman all late on the brakes. Guesty, he manages to gather it up, but Catula sneaks up past the inside of Flashman. Nothing Flashman could do about that at the time. And Shiren now in 6th, just behind Flashman, who's dropped down into 5th place. And Shiren's having a look one way and then another. And Shiren's looking for a move down the inside of the Flashman, but he has not got anything there. And Flashman maintains that 5th place ahead of Shiren, behind Catula, and Shiren there again. Shiren looking for a move on Flashman, and Flashman will not have it. And that helps Thingamajig no end come up to the back of these. And iBunting also again 15.5 last time around from him, whilst Flashman, Shiren and Thingamajig all battle it out. Shiren going for the inside. There's a little bit of paint swap there. Flashman maintaining that 5th place, still on the inside of this corner, but Shiren swapped it around and he's done it. He's got through. And it was quite a nice move. The early part was a little bit of contact, but in the end, Shiren getting through. Flashman down into 6th, Thingamajig in 7th, iBunting in 8th. What's going up in the lead here? Rido, lap 5 of 19. He's maintaining, he's in the 17s, he's doing great pace. Rivixter maintaining 2nd ahead of Guesty, but Guesty's on a rage, he's on a move. Ghetto Guesty coming through, and he's up into 2nd place. Rido, watch your back. So Guesty in 2nd with Rivixter, 3rd place. Shiren in 4th. Shiren right on the back of Rivixter. He's having a look one way. We've seen him making some moves. Oh, Rivixter's out there wide. Oh, there's a little knock in between Catula and Shiren. Does that give anyone an opportunity there? Catula still 5th, Flashman in 6th. He's looking to make a move on Catula. iBunting has got himself ahead of Thingamajig. So Thingamajig back in last place. And oh my word, there's all sorts of battling down here. And wow, iBunting jumped up into 5th. Sorry, I'm fingers and thumbs at the moment. iBunting up alongside Catula, just in that one corner. Beautiful stuff there. And oh my god, we've got all sorts of business going on here between Rido and Rivixter. What happened here? Oh my word. So with Rivixter in 3rd place, he's coming up. Rido's braked. Oh no, Rivixter making a great move on Rido there. I don't know what's happened so far. So Rivs up. Oh, and Rido just comes down the inside of Rivixter, and oh my words. Oh dear. Yes, not great for Rivixter and Arido there, coming across each other on track. Guesty in first, Shiren in second place through all of that. So Shiren making it up into second, ahead of Catula in third. Thingamajig now up into fourth place, ahead of iBunting. iBunting staring at the back of that GoPro car again, with Flashman in sixth, Rido in seventh, and Rivixter in eighth place. And Rido and Rivixter quite far behind after they're coming together. And oh, iBunting just wants to get up the inside of that GoPro Clio, but can he do it? It's just not enough room as they all come around that final corner. And Catula and Siren pulling a little bit away from Thingamajig as iBunting right on the tail now. He's gonna have to make a move into the first corner as Catula looks like to be making a move on Shiren. But no, iBunting sits back, and there you go. Catula makes a move on Shiren up into second place. Is he? No, it looks like he's come back off the accelerate. No, he is, sorry. Just caught me out, but Shiren back up the inside. What a battle for second and third between Catula and Shiren. And Catula just stays ahead of Shiren there. Shiren in third, Thingamajig getting ever closer in fourth, but he's got iBunting sitting right on his bumper. Flashman in sixth place with Rido. Oh, he's getting back onto the road again, and Rivixter looks ghosted. And Guesty is leading easily from the train of Catula, Shiren, Thingamajig and iBunting. What a battle we are seeing here between Catula and Shiren. They're on each other's bumpers, Thingamajig and iBunting, and there they come. Wow, oh, Shiren looked like he's made a mistake, and Thingamajig's all over the back of Shiren. I thought he was right on his tail there, and iBunting sitting right behind Thingamajig. This is so tight. Shiren falling away from second place. Catula now. Catula maybe managing to pull out a little bit of space while Shiren has Thingamajig looking all up in his business. It's not another podium for Thingamajig, is it? We're on lap 8 of 19 as they make their way around, and Shiren's off. Shiren's gone wide, and Thingamajig is up into third place. Thingamajig is into third, Guesty first, Catula second, Thingamajig in third, Shiren in fourth, with iBunting in fifth, but he's going for a move on the Russian sensation. Can he find a way through? But Shiren maintaining that fourth place just ahead of iBunting. Crazy racing down here, and this is helping Flashman catch these guys back up. Side by side by iBunting. iBunting, it looks like he's got ahead of Shiren, but Shiren's coming back at iBunting up the inside, and he gets it. Wow, what racing we're having here at the streets of Willow Springs, and side-by-side action from iBunting and Shiren going down the straight. iBunting's got the inside line, he should have it. Oh, Shiren's lost the car. No, he's not, he's gathered her up. He's got it under control, don't you worry. He's there. Wow, it's so close between iBunting and Shiren now. iBunting up into fourth, Shiren in fifth place. Whew, Guesty is leading. He's having an absolute corker out there at the moment. Catula in second place. He's not too far behind Guesty. Thingamajig in third, but he's got iBunting catching him up in fourth spot. We're on lap 9 of 19, 10 laps to go. iBunting going out wide there to get a run on Thingamajig, we assume, and Shiren down in fifth again. This is not good for him. This is not a good round. Flashman sixth. He's very close to 16.8 from Flashman. Flashman on a push at the moment, catching up Shiren. And we've lost Rivixter, and Arido is ghosted as well. Looks like he's not going to be much in this race. Guesty then leading from Catula. Thingamajig holding on to that podium position. Double podium, eh? You flash sod. But iBunting will put an end to that, I am sure. And there is iBunting following very closely. Thingamajig, you can see Catula isn't too far ahead of these guys. If they can get some good laps in. And it looked to me like iBunting lost a bit of ground on Thingamajig then. Thingamajig's getting closer to Cthulhu. This is getting a nice tasty battle, and a little wiggle from iBunting. It's all closed up between 3rd and 4th. iBunting, Shiren not too far behind these guys, and Cthulhu looks like he's struggling out there ahead of them. Oh, there's a slide on Thingamajig's car, but he's got it under control with iBunting just there waiting to make a move on Thingamajig. Thingamajig clinging on with the fingertips as Cthulhu pulls away again ahead of these guys, and Thingamajig is doing all he can to keep iBunting behind. Shiren likes to see it though. He's being able to keep up with these guys. He went his fastest the last time with a 16.2. iBunting doing a 15.9, and Thingamajig managing a 16.2 also. But this is the one, and there goes iBunting. He's gone up the inside. He's made the move. They made contact, but legitimate. I think there was nothing wrong with that. A little bit of rub-in with Shiren now all up in Thingamajig's business. And Thingamajig not getting any respite after the battle with iBunting. Now iBunting, he's got to try with those 15s to catch up with Cthulhu, who's doing mid-16s at the moment. Guesty, a 16.1 from him. We're on lap 11 of 19. Can iBunting get a few corking laps in and catch these guys up? Thingamajig just sitting on the back of iBunting at the moment with Shiren. We're looking for a way to get past that GoPro Clio. Flashman in 6th, a 17.7 last time around from him, and Rido is back in the game. I thought he was ghosted, but he's back and having a crack. So Guesty is leading from Cthulhu. That's going to be good points for Cthulhu in this championship. iBunting down into 3rd, Thingamajig in 4th, the fly in Shiren's ointment. Shiren needs maximum points that he can get. He didn't have a good race 1 with Cthulhu, and Thingamajig taking points away from him. And there goes iBunting. He's on the move. He's having a look at Cthulhu. Cthulhu defending. That car looks absolutely pristine. Cthulhu, it's beautiful. And here we can see him coming up the hill. iBunting's got that inside line. iBunting on the inside of Cthulhu. I think he's got the job done. And there he goes. iBunting up into 2nd place. And this helps Thingamajig. Thingamajig closing right up on this battle. And he's getting a sniff at the Spaniards. And it smells like paella. So iBunting up into 2nd place. We saw he was right at the back of the pack early doors in this race. We're on lap 12 of 19 now. And Cthulhu is ahead of Thingamajig, who's ahead of Shiren. And it's close fighting in the field here from 3rd, 4th and 5th. Even 2nd really. iBunting not a million miles away. One small mistake and he's back in that pack. Guesty though, he's extended that lead of 16.2 his last time around. He's got to pull it out. He knows iBunting is very fast and he will be chasing him down. So Guesty having to pull out the stops. He knows this race is not won until he sees that black and white checkered flag. He starts lap 13 now. iBunting in the chat saying it was epic watching Shiren, Thingy and Cthulhu battle. Great race. Flashman, that was some manic racing there. Really good fun. It was cracking. So Guesty leading from iBunting. It's not over yet though. Cthulhu just ahead of Thingamajig, and now Shiren is closed down on Thingamajig. He's giving him a little tap to let him know he's there, knocking on the door. And Cthulhu pulling away now from Thingamajig as Shiren in car 69, 14, 13 really closing up on the GoPro Clio. And no, Thingamajig's made a mistake. Thingamajig has made a mistake. He's gone out wide. He's gone out wide. He's lost the position. He's lost 4th. He's lost 4th to Shiren. Shiren a 16.1 last time though, because Shiren is on a push. And the pressure just got to Thingamajig in the end. And oh my God! Oh, he's dropped it! Like an amateur! Like a clown! What a knob! There he is. He stayed in 5th place though, ahead of Flashman. Where is Flashman? He's quite a way behind Thingamajig at the moment, but Thingamajig out of that battle. with Shren, Kutula and I Bunting going across with a 25. Shame, shame, shame. Guesty leading a 16-0 last time around from him. In second place, I Bunting, the championship leader, and this makes it fruity. This makes it very interesting. Well, it changes nothing, I guess, doesn't it? Because I Bunting won the first race and Guesty won the second. So they'll stay the same in points-wise. It's Shren that's going to lose out after this round, and Kutula is going to gain a lot. We're on lap 14 of 19, but it's not over yet. Shren can still sniff. He can still smell that there's a podium on and consolidate what hasn't been a great round for him. Great racing, but position-wise, not the positions he would like, I imagine. And there's only, what, 5 laps to go, and Shren looking up the inside of Kutula, side by side, coming out the final corner, and Kutula just ahead. Shren's dropped behind for the toe. Guesty still leading. He did a 15.470 his last time around. He's got the fastest lap of the race. That's his reply to I Bunting, who's done a couple of 15s, and Guesty knows he's coming, and he raised the bar. Kutula holding on to that third just from Shren. Shren all over the back of the Spaniard. This is some cracking racing that the Clios kick up. They're little cars, but they are such fun to drive. See them sliding through the corners, but they're controllable. You can grab, well, Thingamajig didn't earlier, but when the slide starts, I suppose on a wheel it's probably easier than a controller, but yeah, when the slide starts, the racing soft tyres, there's enough grip there that you can just about catch it if you lift. If you keep your foot in, then you're around. You ain't saving nothing. That goes for anything in life. If you keep your foot in, you've hooked it. So Shren chasing down Kutula. Kutula trying every trick in the book to stay in that podium position. He knows he needs the points as well. He's just ahead of that midfield battle. He doesn't want to get dragged into it with the likes of Thingamajig and Rivixter and Flashman. Flashman saying, what a knob. Now that's some technical commentary. Yeah, well, I know him personally. I'm allowed to. Oh, here we go. Someone's off the road. Oh, it looks like Rido. It looks like Rido. That's all gravy. So Shren, oh, and Rido's gone as well now. Only 6 runners left here at the streets of Willow Springs. Kutula's got his wipers on, trying to wipe away that dust to keep a clear view, while Shren is hounding him from behind. Thingamajig, he's back in his 17s again, in 5th place, ahead of Flashman in 6th. Flashman dropped back. Oh, he had a bad lap 12. Because Flashman's pace has been really good, but lap 12 and 13, ones to forget for Flashman, and there he goes. Oh, Guesty, he really raised the bar at the end of this race, didn't he? A 15.5. I Bunting, he's 16.5 from I Bunting, pushing, and he's losing time. He's trying to hunt a Guesty, and he can't do it. Kutula still holding off Shren. Shren's so frustrated in that 4th place. He wants the podium. We're on lap 17 of 19 now. And Kutula doing all he can to maintain the podium position while Shren throws everything at him. Let's have some nice fancy shots. And that's it, is it? Shren's up the inside. Kutula's made a mistake. Kutula, oh no, Kutula off. What? Oh, is it? No, it looks like Shren's letting him back, is he? I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like Shren let him through again, so maybe there was contact. I didn't see the contact, sorry. But Kutula back up into 3rd. Shren giving way to Kutulu. Thingamajig in 5th for 17.7 last time around from him. Ed's gone down. Flashman a 17.8. With Guesty on an absolute pelter here. Lap 17 of 19. He's playing a risky game though, pushing like hell. And I say these Clios are easy to catch, but you don't want to send them out there anyway. A 15.8 from Guesty. I Bunting going across the line. 15.8 also from Bunting. Matching each other lap for lap. Catula still ahead of Shiren as they come around the first corner on the penultimate lap. And Shiren, he's got to find something now. He's been stuck on the back of that Clio. And here he goes, he's up the inside. Is he going to make the move? They're side by side going around the corner, and oh my word, Shiren, he makes it stick on the inside, but now Catula's got the inside. They have contact, and oh, Catula's had to lift off, I think, in that one. Catula going in hard on Shiren. And Shiren looks like he's got that third place on lap 18 of 19, but Catula's not giving up yet. He's still there. Checking if there is a position to be had. VRC thingamajig. Sorry guys, I said you were. Well, he did a 16.9 that last time round. And Flashman in 6th place. Guesty though, coming around, start the final lap. He's still got that buffer. He hasn't thrown it off. Everything's looking sweet for Guesty as he starts the final lap. A 16.1. Bunting coming across with a 16.7, so Bunting easing off there. Maybe he's thinking best to finish the race than finish behind these two, Shiren and Catula. Hard at it both rounds. Great racing from Shiren and Catula. There's been some tough moves, but they've been fair with each other, giving back positions when they feel they took it too roughly. And you've got to say, that's all you can ask. But now it looks like Catula has dropped back from Shiren. Ooh, where are we? Oh, he's miles away yet. That's all right. So Guesty leading from Bunting. Shiren looking like that third is good, but Catula, he's still staying with him. He hasn't given up on it yet. And Thingamajig in 5th ahead of Flashman. But as we see the leader coming into the final sector of the race, through the tight wiggly part, around the final corner, it looks like it's a win for Guesty. Congratulations, awesome race. Well done, Guesty. Bunting comes home second, drives through the field. Brilliant stuff. Shiren, take a boo, my son. It grabs podium in the end from Catula, but it was a close call between the two of them. Catula in 4th, and Thingamajig, well, it didn't hurt him too much, really. His big spin, if it was a bigger field. Whoa, and he's done it again. What's wrong with him? Coming home in 5th with a crawl. Well done, Thingamajig in 5th. And Flashman getting good points for 6th. But it was these two men today. Oh, that's a cracking shot of Guesty's car. Ghetto Guesty takes the win of race 2. 2nd place in the first race. Good points. It's going to pull away from Shiren in the table. Second place goes to Bunting, who won the first race, so nothing will change, I guess, between Guesty and Bunting. It'll be down to fastest laps. Guesty got the fastest lap in the second race. I would assume Bunting probably got the fastest lap in the first race. So each other cancelling each other out. Shiren getting that podium he much needed. He had to fight for it today though. 5th in the first race, 3rd in the second, and he had to battle today, the Russian. He had to give it his all, everything he had for Team 13, and he comes out in 3rd place. Catula, cracking race from Catula. Yeah, that's the best you're going to get, I'm afraid. In 4th, 5th for Thingamajig. Who would have known? Who knows where? Excuse me. Who knows where he may have finished without the spin? But 5th in the end. He's got to be happy with. 6th for Flashman, who had good pace. Just had a couple of laps, put him back a bit. If he didn't have lap 12 and 13, he definitely would have been ahead of Thingamajig with that pace. But these things happen, and we lost Arido and Rivixter along the way. So join us again next week for the Clio Cup. I can't remember where it is. I can tell you quick though. It's just being lazy, me saying I can't remember where it is. It's Lago Maggiore, east side maybe, or west side. It's one of the sides, but it's Lago Maggiore. Flashman, cracking race and cracking commentary as ever. Well done all. Oh, thank you, Flashman. You're very kind. So yes, Lago Maggiore, one of the sides, but tomorrow evening live streaming. Catch us for the Porsche Sprint Trophy. I can't say it with a straight face. I can't say it without laughing. They're going to try and race around Goodwood. I mean, what? The GT4 Porsche Caymans, maximum horsepower, minimum weight. We've seen so far this season, they can't get these things to stop. They just can't. They can't. They may as well apply the brake halfway up the straight to try and slow these damn Porsches down. And they're going to Goodwood. So join us tomorrow live stream. That is going to be a festival of speed. Then on Thursday, the WRX Challenge rolls on to round 3. We've had 2 awesome rounds so far. 1 on the tarmac and 1 in the mud. I don't know the third one. I should write these things down before. I can't keep jumping through Discord. It takes me ages to find the rooms. They're not hard to find. It's just my eyes are hard to find them. And then Friday night, the Max 5s. We had round 1 last Friday. It was a crack-a-lacka at Goodwood. So join us for Friday night stream, which will be the MX5 Championship. And then Sunday, it's back to the HPEX. I'll tell you, if you've got time to watch the HPEX stream, it's nearly 2 hours long. I know. Oh, hi, here's Skyjacker. He's popped in at the end. And iBunting saying, well done in the chats. Yeah, if you've got time to watch the HPEX, that is one nail-biter of a race. I don't want to give anything away, actually. But, yes, watch that. It's a cracker. Okie dokie, that's me. I was your broadcaster and your commentator. Oh, check out our Discord. Go to our website. Hang on, www.virtualracesclub.co.uk. Pop-up will come up and it'll ask you to come and join our community. That'll take you to our Discord. In our Discord, we have just started a livery competition. It's got to be done by the 14th of a month that starts with J, I remember reading. So either the 14th of this month or 14th of next month. I assume it's the 14th of this month. But yeah, the deadline's for that, to do a Group 3 grid finder livery on a car. Now there is some terms and conditions. That's why I tell you to go to Discord, because I am not telling you all, because I would bore you going through the rules. It's not long, it's not major, it's just who wants to listen to me garble on about, wow, you've got to go to this website, make a profile. So just go to our Discord, have a look, and if you fancy doing a livery, look at that one. That's a crack-a-lacka. If you fancy doing something as good as with Grid Finder on it, be our guests. We are way up for it. I don't know, or there may be a prize. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's me, over and out. I've done too much. I was your broadcaster. There's no lights on. I can't see a thing. I can't see my sheet that tells me my name. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Norma Scocks. Thank you for joining me. I will catch you tomorrow evening, hopefully. Come on. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe, because YouTube really get off on that. It gives them big rubbery ones. See you later, guys. Love you. Did I just say I love you? Sorry, guys. I kind of like you, but I don't know about love. It's a bit strong. A bit early in the relationship. I like you a